Good morning. So we're going to start with neck exercises to begin with, like we usually do, and then we're going to work on the shoulders just for a second. So we're going to lie down and pop the blue ball under the head, move the cushion out of your way, and relax that body. So relax the whole of the body if you can, especially the shoulders and your arms, and we're going to do side to side first. So just turning the head gently to the side, as far as you're comfortable or can go. And then back in the middle, over to the other side, same thing. And repeat. I'm just going to go side to side, control it, nice and slowly. Let's go after this one once more each side. And last one this side. And then head back in the middle, chin tuck. So tuck your chin to your chest, the back of your neck feels really long. And then let go, look up again to the top of the ceiling. Tuck the chin, feel that stretch behind your head and neck. Let go, look up again to the ceiling and repeat. And 3 more. Last one. And circle, so small ones first. No bigger than 10 pence to begin with. Slowly going around. That's 2, we're going to go 3 more to make it 5. And then let's go back the other direction, still nice and slow. Still that 10 pence size. And last one. And then let's go back again the other direction. And this time as large or as little as possible if you want, depending on your neck. Big circles this time, so up to you. Use the ball to help you open up the neck. And same with these, 5 each way. Once you've done 5 that way, make sure you go back the other way, even it up. So I'm going back the other direction now. And then when you've done your last one, you're just going to take your ball out from underneath you and put your cushion straight underneath your head again. Once it's there, you're just going to make sure that your head is connected to the floor, and then you're going to think about points of contact. So you want to make sure your hips and your bum are in connection, and then you want to have that lower back gap. Ribs are connected to the floor, shoulders and chest, feet hip distance apart, and we're going to do shoulder drops. So we're going to take both our arms up to the ceiling and palms are going to face towards each other. So your arms are shoulder width apart, and you want to have your fingers nice and long and your arms long, and continue keeping these arms long. So we're going to reach and take the left arm and shoulder up as if we're trying to touch the ceiling. Whilst we're up there, we're going to twist and turn the palm to the back of the room, And then we're going to come back into the centre and just let the shoulder just naturally fall by gravity back on the floor. Reach the other arm and shoulder up off the floor and twist that palm to the back of the room. Then come back into the centre and let the shoulder naturally fall back in place. Again, reach up and twist the palm to the back of the room and bring it to the centre. Drop the shoulder back in place. Reach up and twist the palm to the back. Twist and drop. Reach up and turn the palm and back, drop down. So just make sure as you're reaching, you're going straight up and straight back down. You're not going closer to your head, you're not getting further away from your body. They stay just going up and then coming straight back down. I'm going to keep going 2 more on each arm. So you feel a big stretch behind your shoulders, especially maybe if you're tight around the neck, you might feel it there as well. And then 2 more. Last one. And then bring your arms back down by your side. And then from there, we're going to do some knee circles. So if you want, use your ball. If not, don't. Just do this without. I'm going to put my ball underneath my bottom and in between my bum and my hips. So underneath you, and make sure it's in the middle. You're going to then check your feet, bring them back to hip distance apart again. And we're going to do both your legs. So we're going to just keep one leg still, but both knees are going to come up for this one. So relax your arms as much as possible. So fold one knee up and then fold the second knee up. And we're going to do 5 each way. So keep the one leg that's up in the air still, whilst the other leg that's in the air is circling. So where the top of your thigh slots into your hip is where you're going to make this circle shape again. So 5 each way. So I've done 2, this is 3. And nice and slow so you can stay still on your ball. And then back the other way. So let's go back, do 5 the other direction. Just take it slow, don't rush them. If you rush them, you'll find that the ball is going to be a little wibbly underneath you. So very controlled if you can help it. Last one on this leg. And then rest the legs for a second. And then you're going to repeat and do the same on the other side. So bring the knees back, other leg. So bring that leg and keep it so that where that thigh slots right into the top of your hip, you're moving from there. You're not moving your knee, you're not moving your ankle, you're perfectly still on your ball. You're not feeling it in your lower back. If you are, you're too large with the circles. I'm going to go back the other way with my leg and do 5 the other way. If you want to, you can hold on to the ball if that helps you relax the arms and feel more secure. Last one for me. And then rest the legs, and then just make sure that you feel like if you want to have a quick stretch. And then we're going to bring the feet on the floor and we're going to do leg circles. We're going to make it a little bit harder. So it's a big stretch. So I've got very tight hamstrings. So I'm going to do my best version of this. So you're going to slide, well, you're going to keep it on the floor first, but some of us can start in this position with the leg flat. I'm going to gradually take mine out. So first of all, you're going to bring one knee up into a double fold. And then when you're there, you're going to straighten that leg, okay? So the leg is straight to the ceiling, and then you're going to start that circle again, but with a straight leg. And now ever so slowly, just slide your other leg along the floor. And I'm going to go just enough that I can still keep my leg in the ceiling, up to the ceiling, straight. And then what we're going to do is go 5 and go back the other way. So you'll notice that my knees are soft. So I'm keeping them soft just so that I can keep my circles going. Lower your leg if you need to lower the leg to make it easier for yourself. and then bring it back on the floor, and we're going to switch over, so 5 each way. So same thing. Once you've done 5 each way, you come back into center, you recheck your feet, you bring your next leg in to a table position, you then straighten this leg. So this leg's much tighter, so you're going to make sure that you go maybe a little bit less with the leg that's going to straighten on the floor. So begin circles with the leg that is currently up to the ceiling. 5 each way still, and then start to edge your other leg along the floor. And that's probably about enough for me on that sliding leg. I'm going to go back the other way now, so right from the top of your thigh, 5 each way. Last one. And then bring it back. And then bring your feet back and squeeze the feet. Squeeze the knees towards your chest. And then bring your feet back onto the floor again. And we're going to take the ball away from underneath the bum. And we're going to bring the hips back to their normal state again. So you want to make sure that you've got your natural curve under your lower back. Feet back to hip distance apart. Link your fingers together, and we're going to now do some curl ups. So we're going to link the fingers underneath our head, and we're going to make sure we can see our elbows out of the corner of our eyes. And we're going to keep this lower back gap the entire time. It's not going to get lost by flattening our back and curling up too high. So first one we're going to do, we're just going to do what I've written down. Perfect. So we're going to do the one leg in tabletop. So we're going to bring one knee up. Deep breath. As you breathe out, you're going to curl to that knee, keeping these hips completely still the whole time. And then you're breathing out, put your feet and your head back down. Switch the leg. So the other leg comes up, deep breath. Breathing out. Come forwards and roll back down. And the foot goes back. Same again, bring knee in. Deep breath. As you breathe out, curl forwards. And breathe out, down you go. And foot goes back on the floor. And again, deep breath. Leg up. Breathe out. And breathe out. Back down. Foot down. Change the foot. Lift the leg up. Breathing out. And down we go slowly. Foot goes on the floor. And again, lift the last leg in. As you breathe out. And then gently folding back. And then we're going to make it harder. We're going to pick up both legs. So you've practiced with individuals. So carry on doing it with one leg if you would rather. I'd rather you made it easier than too hard. So picking up both your knees this time. And you're going to curl up to both the knees. So catch your breath. Breathing out to the knees. And then slowly rolling back down. You can always drop your feet if you want to have a rest in between. Or just leave them where they are. And we're going to go for 5 more. Deep breath. Breathe out. And rolling back down. Deep breath. Breathe out. And down we go. Deep breath. Breathe out. And down. We've got 2 left. And final one. And down we go. And then pop your feet back on the floor and just let your hands and arms have a quick break. And then from here we're going to move on and we're going to start with oblique curl up. So this is the twisting ones. So we've done, I think, twisting ones before already since lockdown, but we're going to do them. So we did the side bend a couple of weeks ago, so it's a bit different. So it's not as a big a movement as people would try and put the effort into it. So just make it a little smaller, and you'll probably find that there's more tummy reaction by doing it this way. So still making sure that you've got your natural curve in your lower back. So nice deep breath in. You're going to curl up through the centre first. And actually, sorry, before you start, open those arms nice and wide. So this is going to help you sort of not go into the mistake, which is where we wrap our arms around our head. So deep breath, you're going to curl forwards, come up. As you're there, don't move your hips. You're going to twist your armpit in line with your opposite knee. Keep your arms open and then roll the head back onto the mat. Again, other side, deep breath. Curl up. Twist armpit in line with opposite knee. Come back. Roll down. And again to the other side, deep breath. Breathe out. Twist the armpit to the opposite knee. Come back. Keep the hips completely still. Arms stay opened. And again, deep breath. Breathe out. Curl to the center. As you twist, don't move your hips, but keep those arms open. Into the center. Roll down. We're going to do 2 on each side. Well, 1 on each side. So hold it up there. Excuse me. Coming up. And twist to the side. Twist to the other side. And roll back again. Deep breath. Breathe out. And twist. 1, 2. Rolling down. And again, deep breath. Curl forwards. Twist. And twist, arms open. Roll down, and last one, tummy's probably burning. Deep breath. Breathe out. Keep that natural curve in the lower back. Don't push down to try and get higher. You don't need to. And then roll back, and then just take your arms above your head and your legs nice and long, and just stretch, stretch, stretch. And then bring yourself back to the center again, and we're going to do some spine curls. So we're going to pop the ball in between the knees, and we're going to just keep it inside thigh based today. So nice and easy. So we're going to bring our feet as wide as the ball is. Arms are going to just stay by the side just for a moment. We will use them in a moment. So to start with, we're just going to lift up and just warm up the spine. So you're going to flatten that curve in your lower back, and you're going to lift your bum off the floor. Keep your shoulders relaxed, chest relaxed, and slowly come back down. And you're going to do the same. So slowly lifting up. Push your knees over your toes, hips are up. And then slowly going back down again. So once more, and then we'll do the exercise. So again, coming up, pushing those knees over the toes, keep those bottom muscles switched on. Slowly coming back down. So what we're going to do now is we're going to activate the inside of these thighs. So the ball is in between. If you haven't got a ball, you're just going to put a cushion in between your knees and use the cushion as a pulsar. So we're going to do little pulses. So we're going to do 5 sort of long squeezes where we're sort of really pushing and then releasing. Push, 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 and then releasing. Then we're just going to do pulses. We're just going to go bump, 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 bump. So starting with the slow ones first. So if you can go at the same speed as me, then hopefully you'll do the right amount. So when we're ready, we're going to lift up. So we're going to come up like we just did, pushing those knees forwards. We're going to hold it. So we're going to push the ball together. We're going to hold it 1, 2, release, and squeeze the ball. 1, 2, release, and again squeeze the ball. 1, 2, release, and again squeeze the ball. 1, 2, and release. Last time, squeeze the ball. Squeeze. 1, 2, release. and then down we go. So first set done, that's the slow, and then we're going to go, sorry, I have to get that out. Sorry, my son has been waking up at 5 a.m, so I'm just powering on through, but sorry for the yawning. Right, hopefully now that's out, I won't be able to keep having to hold it in. So, quick pulses this time. So we're going to lift up and we're going to go 5 sharp ones. So lifting up and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice and easy. And then roll back onto the floor. And we're going to repeat the circuit 3 more times. So that's the first circuit done. So we're going to go back to the hold and release version. So coming back again, lifting up, pushing the knees over the toes. We're going to squeeze and hold the ball. 1, 2, release. Again, squeeze. 1, 2, release. And again, squeeze the ball for 1, 2, release. And again, squeeze the ball. 1, 2, release. And last time, squeeze 1, 2, release. And roll back onto the floor. So that's a bit of a killer, that one. So back to the pulses. So again, up we go. And pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And roll back down. Nice and easy. 2 more sets of that little circuit. So deep breath. Natural curve is there. You're going to flatten that curve. Up you come. And we're going to pulse 1, 2, release. Squeeze 1, 2, release. And again, squeeze 1, 2, release. And 1, 2, release. Last one. And 1, 2, release. And down you go. Well done. Let's go pulsing. So up we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And roll back down. So last circuit of this. So just check the feet, make sure they're in the right position still. Last hard one. It's going to kill those inside thighs, but think of the benefit of those nice strong inside legs and glutes. So up we go. We're going to go back to the press and hold. So lifting up into your spine curl. If you're getting cramp, don't do the pulses if it's getting sort of over too much. It just means that your thighs are more, well, they are just stronger than your glutes. So really think about squeezing the bottom at the very top, and then as you're pulsing, keep squeezing that bottom. Don't let go. As soon as you let go of those bottom muscles, the thighs will work, and then the thighs are also trying to do the pulses. So bottoms must stay switched on. So you're going to come up. When we're ready, we're going to squeeze the bottom, and then we're going to pulse the thighs. We're going to hold and push 1, 2, release. Push 1, 2, release. 1, 2, release. 1, 2, release. Last one. 1, 2, release. Down you go. And then the last one, pulses. So again, coming up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then down you go. Drop that ball. Give your legs a good squeeze in towards the chest. And then we're going to come onto all fours, and then we'll go on to our side in a moment. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do a little knee lift. So it's quite tricky, but it is also quite easy for some of us to do as well. So on all fours, and it is just so subtle. It's just basically maybe 1 inch or 2 inches off the floor. So everything else is going to stay really still. So that's the hard bit with this, is that you want to sort of arch your back, or you want to stick your bottom up in the air. So the aim is to not do that whilst you're lifting up your knees just a smidge off the floor. So I will show you what it looks like, and then we're going to try and do, if we can, 5 in a row, and then maybe repeat it again. So onto your hands and knees. looking forward. So try not to look in between your thighs or what they're doing. Ignore what they're doing. You're going to keep this lovely long back the whole time. So aiming not to do a hunch, but also not to do the opposite, which is drop completely in the stomach. So stomach is on and always will be in this. So what we're going to do, making sure, so I need to move up a bit, just so you've got your toes on your mat. So once you're there, you're just going to tuck your toes just underneath you. And now without even moving your shoulders or your head or your back, you're just going to pick up your knees and you're just going to hold it for 3 seconds. So you're just going to lift up 1, 2, 3, and drop. Okay, so try not to lift up too high and do a curve or drop. We're going to do 5 of these. We're going to count to 3 each time. If we can, we're going to do it a second round as well. So hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Looking slightly forward, tuck your toes underneath you. Deep breath. When you're ready, don't move your spine. You're going to tuck under, to keep your toes tucked under, and you're going to lift your knees up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and relax. That's 1. Let's go for number 2. When you're ready, deep breath, and lift up. 1, 2, 3, relax. And again, let's go for 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, release. And 2 more. When you're ready, deep breath, up. 1, 2, 3, release. And then lastly, once more, you're going to lift. 1, 2, 3, and release. Relax the feet and just drop onto your heels just for a moment. Let your wrists pause and then come back up again. So repeating the same thing. Sit out if you don't want to do the next set, but if you can, let's try and do another set of exactly the same. So the toes are tucked under. Deep breath. And as you breathe out, 1, 2, 3, and then bring it back down. Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to pause because my baby is woken up. 2 seconds. Hello everyone. So finishing off the reps that we were doing currently, we were doing the lifting our knees off the floor. So we'll go back to that. So second set of 5. So if we do that, then we're going to go and lie on our side after we've done that. So back onto your hands and knees. So making sure you're on your mat, toes are tucked under, nice strong form, and you're just going to hold it for 3 seconds. So you're going to lift up, 1, 2, 3, release, and again, lift, 1, 2, 3, and release, and again, 1, 2, 3, release, 2 left, lifting up, 1, 2, 3, and lastly, all in the tummy and all in that leg, in the legs, not the lower back, 1, 2, 3, and drop yourself down. And then we're going to grab the cushion and we're just going to fold it in half. And we're just going to grab our ball. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the ball behind the back of the knees. So we're going to put just one of the legs and we're just going to keep the other one bent as well. Arm's going to go above the head. Cushion goes in between the head and the arm. Hand can go either in front or on your hips, completely your decision. And then what we're going to do is we're going to keep hold of this ball and we're going to lift it up for 10. So we're going to go 1, 2, without crunching this waist in half. So really focusing on trying to keep your waist long. You don't want to feel that feeling of your hip sort of bumping into your rib cage. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then release that. That should be a real bum killer. pop the ball out of the way, and then you're just going to straighten both your legs to the front corner of your mat. I'm just going to do the leg series, a little short version of it. So you're going to just pop your hand in front, you're going to lift your top leg just hip height, you're going to flex your foot, you're not moving your torso at all, keep that as still as possible, and you're going to kick, come forwards, just the leg moves, and you're going to point, drag the leg back. Flex, come forwards. Your tummy has to be working quite a lot for you not to fall forwards, or the opposite, falling behind. And just keep going forwards and backwards. You can use the hand if you need the help to balance, but hand on the hip is also an option if you want to make it harder. Try and avoid moving the top half of you in the opposite direction. It just stays very, very still. I'm just going to do 2 more. Last one. And rest the leg back down. And then similar to what we just did, but without the knee being bent. So bent knee made it a little bit more sort of right into the underneath part of the bottom. This is more about the hip and the thigh. So you're going to lift your top leg up. Hand's going to go on the hip, and we're going to lift the leg 1. You want to stop yourself before you do that sort of, this is what I don't want to see, it's that bunched up waist. Keep it nice and long. You can put your hand here to stop you from doing it. So 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then release. And we're going to do it all again. And we're going to roll over. So grab your ball, swivel around, and we're going to pop the arm. So knees bent. So once you're on your side, pop your feet at the back of the mat. Pop the ball behind the knee that is next, and then slide onto your arm, cushion in between the head and the arm, and then if you want to, just making sure you're aligned, you've got the grip of the ball behind your knee, and we're going to put the hand either in front or on the hip, you decide, lift that top thigh up, and we're going to lift up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then take the ball out, move it away, and we're going to straighten these legs. Hand in front or hand on your hip, and we're going to kick forwards and back. So top leg up, flex your foot, we're going to come forwards. So the torso is completely still. You've got to resist the urge to basically bend your spine. So try and keep the spine straight and long whilst you're working the leg. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest the leg. If you want to, hand on your hip. Don't worry if you don't want to, you can always leave your hand in front still. And we're going to go up and down again with straight leg. So let's go 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Bring those knees to you, coming up onto the knees. Drop yourself back, reaching the arms right to the top part of your mat. Let's walk our arms over to one side. Let's feel the stretch across the rib cage and the armpit, staying in your shell stretch though. Let's go to the other side. And then come back into the centre, gently coming up to where you were, standing up nice and slowly. And let's roll down, so nice and slowly. Relax the shoulders, soften your knees, and we're going to go gently with the head first. Roll down. All the way past the knees, wherever you can reach. Don't worry about touching the floor, you want your feet, big toe and little toe and the heels to all be evenly weighted on the floor. Slowly, you're going to come back up. So really concentrate on moving the spine bit by bit, pushing the hips forwards. All the way up, shoulders are going to then roll behind you. And you're done. Sorry for the interruption, but I'll see you next week. Have a lovely rest of your week.